Hey everybody, this is D Hunter bringing another action figure review. Today we're going to be looking at the Neca Terminator 2 Judgment Day Sarah Connor and John Connor 2-pack. This is a Target exclusive. Both these figures have been released before in Ultimate format, but some people missed them. John Connor was just a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and Sarah Connor was released many years ago. I personally have both original releases and was mostly curious what, if any, are the differences between this pack and the original releases. So that is a question I will definitely answer in this video. For those of you that missed out on the first pack, get this. These are two completely essential characters to the Terminator 2 collection. So let's check out the packaging here. As you can see at the front, the box art is most impressive, very busy, a ton going on here. At the top, it says that the battle for tomorrow has begun. We've got the T-800, we've got a helicopter, Sarah Connor, John Connor, got the T-800 saving John from the semi-truck, got a hunter killer over here, looking phenomenal. The top, Terminator 2 Judgment Day. One side, you can see Sarah Connor. The other side, John Connor. At the bottom, there is a barcode in case that helps anybody, as well as a bunch of credits. On the back here, you can see the two figures together in several different scenarios. So this is one of NECA's Ultimate packages, and I must say, not sure if I'd exactly call these Ultimates because they are missing at least the bike for John Connor. It's got a cardboard open. Here's the inside of the flap. Sarah Connor protecting her son, and here they are. Looks like Sarah Connor still has the 3 heads. Plenty of guns. John Connor has his backpack, the Terminator arm, his hacking device. He is missing the extra head and the bike. So no further ado, let's open this up and see how it compares to the originals. Alright, now that we got these figures out of the package, here they are with all their accessories laid out. It looks like Sarah Connor here is a straight up re-release of the previous version. She has all 3 heads, her assault rifle, shotgun, pistol, and knife. All accessories included. Now John Connor here, he's a little bit different than his previous release. Looks like his jacket has camo on it, whereas the other version did not. This one is more movie accurate. He still comes with the T-800 arm, his backpack, his hacking device, but he's missing 2 noticeable accessories. The main one being his motorcycle or dirt bike, and honestly, that really sucks that you can't get that through this release. Then he's also missing an alternate head. That was a head from Terminator 2 3D Battle Across Time. That was a Universal Studios attraction, and he had a bandana on at that point. Never actually wore that in the film. So I'm pretty much okay not getting that head, but not getting the dirt bike kind of stings a little bit. Luckily for me, I have the original releases, but I can definitely see why some people are going to get salty about that. Now before we look at the accessories, let's check out the actual figures. So Sarah Connor, it's been many years since she was released, and I was always very impressed with the likeness of Linda Hamilton. You see her bangs come her face, but you can definitely tell who that's supposed to be. I think they did an excellent job. She's in her black, sort of suited up, ready for war after she got geared up from her friends in Mexico. Got her vest on, got a little sheath here for a knife. Definitely like this look for her. Definitely happy to have a second one, and happy to have some extra heads. And then John Connor here, he also looks good. You can totally see Edward Furlong in there as the younger self. The hair over the side looks great. His teeth are kind of exposed in this one, and I hate to say it, it kind of looks bad. Jacket camo looks great, like the jeans. I like the fact that you get a punk teenager action figure. Can find a ton of uses for this. And then here are the figures broken down as far as they can go, with all of their removable parts detached. Even though John Connor only comes with 1 head, he's made from the same mold, and his head pops off with complete ease. Next, let's go and check out each of these figures separately. We'll start off with Sarah Connor. We'll look at their accessories, height, and articulation. Then we'll compare them both with a bunch of other Terminator action figures and action figures from different various companies. Here's Sarah Connor with all of her accessories laid out. Let's start off by checking out her heads. She comes with 3 different heads, one of them with bangs covering most of her forehead and her hair in a ponytail, the next one with her hat and sunglasses, and the last one with her hair down and her face uncovered. Here's her first head with her hair down. I'll say her hair seems a little bit too big, a little bit too high up, and her face looks a little bit manly, but I can definitely see the Linda Hamilton resemblance. This is probably my least favorite of her 3 heads. Here's her second head. She's got her hair back in a ponytail. Her bangs are down, covering her forehead and some of her eyes. This look just screams Terminator 2 Sarah Connor to me. I believe this is how she looked at the hospital at the beginning, and this is how she looked later after she failed at assassinating Miles Dyson. And here's her final head. This would be my favorite head. This one she has her hat on and sunglasses on. This one she's all geared up, getting ready to take out Miles Dyson. I don't believe she had this look for very long in the film, but it has a very cool look to it. Now let's check out her weapons. They all look fantastic. Here's her assault rifle. It's got the suppressed attachment on the front there. Got a sort of soft material harness. You can put it over her shoulder. 2 colors, dark gray and black. Got the scope on top. Here's her shotgun. One of my favorite weapons from the film. That part where she just kept shooting the T-1000 and almost pushed him in lava, but not quite. Blue tipped shells on one side, and it has a little bit of articulation, which is really cool. Then she's got a pistol. Not too much to say about this. It does look good. Then she has her knife. I remember she cut into the sort of park bench. No fate. It also looks pretty nice. Here she is holding her rifle. She can use one hand to hold the trigger, another hand to support the barrel. She looks fantastic holding this thing like that. She can also harness this weapon over her shoulder, drape it across her back, put the ponytail on top of the strap, kind of holds it into place here. I'm a sucker for figures that can stow away their guns. I like that. Here she is holding her shotgun, getting ready to pump someone full of a bunch of shells. This looks great as well. Here she's holding her pistol. This Sarah Connor is geared up and ready for war. It would have been nice if she could holster this pistol onto her body somewhere. I don't recall if she had that in the film or not, but it would have been nice for the figure. And here she is holding her knife. It's pretty loose into her hand. The guns fit a lot better into her hand. And here's her knife holstered into the little sheath on her belt. And I will say, looking pretty thoroughly at her accessories compared to the original, there are absolutely no differences. Every dot of paint is exactly the same on both the original Ultimate Sarah Connor and the 2-pack re-release. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and her accessories, now let's check out her height. From bottom to top, she's sitting at about 6.6 inches tall, which is going to translate to about 16.5 centimeters. And now, let's check out her articulation. Starting with her head here, of course, you're going to rotate from side to side. Can look up and down about that much. Shoulders are on a ball joint, then go out a full 90 degrees, up, down, around, all that good stuff. No bicep cut. Single jointed elbows, they go up about that far, not quite 90 degrees, and they can rotate as well. Her wrists can rotate around. That's about it. She's got a ball joint in her torso area here, can rotate around, can also go forward and back quite a bit, giving her a pretty good range of motion in her torso area. Her legs here, she can do the splits about that far. They're on ball joints. They can swivel independently of the ball. Then go forward about that far, back, not at all. Knees, single jointed, go back about that far, and they can rotate as well. Then her feet, they can rotate around, they can tilt rock, and they can go up and down a little bit. I believe they're on a ball joint in there. Here's this new 2-pack release on the right, next to the original Ultimate Sarah Connor on the left. Like I said before, there's pretty much no changes to this release. Here she is, next to the old McFarlane Movie Maniacs Terminator 2 Sarah Connor. The NECA one is quite an improvement, but I will say the McFarlane one does have a holster for a pistol. Not sure which one's more accurate, but... And here she is, next to an older Sarah Connor. This is Sarah Connor from Terminator Dark Fate, the most recent film. The film showed so much promise, but I absolutely hated what they did with John Connor and the savior of humankind, and kind of altered the timeline yet again. Here she is, next to James Cameron, the director of Terminator 2. And later, they were also married for several years. Here's John Connor and his accessories. He has the hacking device, backpack, and T-800 arm from the first film. Let's start off by checking out his backpack. Blue backpack, got a zipper on it, some wrinkles. It's got some soft rubber straps to attach it to him. In the film, he had the chip and the T-800 arm in here. Here he is wearing his backpack. Can't tell too much from the front, but spin him around. Now let's check out his hacking device. You can see it's got a sort of keypad here, attaches through a wire all the way. It's got a part in the middle, and then it keeps going till it has the card for the ATM. Now I don't have a traditional ATM machine, although that would be something nice to have for my action figure world. Here he is, using this hacking device onto a giant computer. Another thing I like to do with the hacking device, in the film Aliens, Bill Paxton's character Hudson used a similar type of hacking device to get into the complex. I'm going to give one of them to my Hudson figure and keep one for my John Connor. And his final accessory is the T-800 arm that survived the first film. This is one of two pieces that survived that Terminator to the second film, and that's what started off the whole Cyberdyne and Skynet systems. What a cool accessory to come with. It's in a glass display case, and that can come open, and then you've got the arm inside, and that can even come off the base. Just like in the film, they would take it off and end up throwing in the hot lava at the end. And one little cool little detail, the wrist has articulation. Here's an actual T-800's arm. It's pretty much the exact same thing. I imagine that's why it has the articulation on the wrist. They just made another one of these arms with a mold, didn't attach it to the body. Once again though, so happy they included this. And looking at all of his accessories, there are absolutely no differences between the original release and the 2-pack release on the accessories. And now that we've taken a pretty good look at both this figure and his accessories, now let's check out his height. And this guy's going to be a little bit shorter as he's a teenager. From bottom to top, he's sitting at about 5.8 inches tall, which is going to be about 14.5 centimeters. Now let's check out his articulation. Starting with his head here, it can rotate from side to side, can look up and down just a little bit. Shoulders on a ball joint, they go out about 90 degrees, up, down, around, all that good stuff. No bicep cut. Single jointed elbows going about this far. They can rotate both at the top part and the bottom part here. His wrist can rotate around, and it's hinged as well. And I must say, the wrist looks a little rough, looks a little thin. He's got an ab crunch in here. Go forward and back. He's got a ball joint at the base here. Can rotate around. Can also go forward and back a little bit as well. Legs on ball joints. He can do the splits about that far. They can swivel independently of the ball. Go forward about that far. Back, not much. Single jointed knees, back that far, and rotation. Then his foot goes up and down just a tiny bit, and it can rotate and sort of tilt at the same time. Here he is with the original version of John Connor. This is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. They're identical except for the jacket. The new one has the camo colors, which is movie accurate to T2. Can't believe they botched that on the original release. So if you want to have the most accurate possible John Connor that you could have, you have to get both versions and put the camo jacket onto the dirt bike. Pretty annoying. And I've seen some people talk about printing out or purchasing a decal that says Public Enemies #1 for a shirt. I know NECA wanted to make him film accurate in that aspect, but the likeness rights were going to cost so much that it wasn't worth it. Here's the additional head you get with the original that the new one doesn't come with. He's got the bandana on, and if I'm not mistaken, this was never actually shown like this in the actual film, only in the T2 3D. And here's John Connor with the dirt bike that the San Diego Comic-Con version came with. It's a shame this one doesn't come with a dirt bike, but the fact that they never got a Harley for the T800 does sort of soften the blow. It would be nice to have both of them on their bikes. I know NECA said they really tried to make a Harley for T800, but couldn't come to an agreement with Harley Davidson. Still, if they're going to shorten anything, why has it got to be the dirt bike? Here's a new 2-pack John Connor riding on the San Diego Comic-Con dirt bike. This is your most accurate version of John Connor from the film. Too bad you have to have both these sets to make this happen, and it's only the camo colors on the jacket, so probably not worth it to a bunch of you guys. And here he is, next to the old Kenner John Connor. Boy, this figure looks dated at this point. Now let's check them out, compared with some other action figures. And we'll start off by checking them out, compared with some other Terminator figures from each of the films. Here they are, next to my entire collection of Terminator 1 figures. From left to right, we've got the T800 with no skin on, and frankly, that figure can be from any of the Terminator films, or even the TV show. Then we've got Kyle Reese. Then we've got this 2-pack Sarah Connor and John Connor. Then the Tech Noir Terminator. Then the Ultimate Tech Noir Terminator. Then the Police Assault Terminator. Then the Ultimate Police Assault Terminator. Here they are, next to my entire Terminator 2 collection. A whole lot of variants. Let's go over each one. Starting at the bottom, from left to right, we've got the T800. Like I said before, he's going to be in each one of my movie displays. Then we've got the new Sarah Connor, John Connor 2-pack. Then the single-release Ultimate Sarah Connor. Then the single-release San Diego Comic-Con exclusive John Connor. Then the original Arnold T800. Then the Ultimate Arnold T800. And then at the top, we've got all the different T1000s. First of all is the Galleria Mall Cop. Then the Steel Mill version. Then the Ultimate version. Then the Motorcycle Cop. Then the Ultimate Motorcycle Cop. Then the Liquid Nitrogen Motorcycle Cop. Then the sort of burnt up metal version of the T1000. And then we've got the color changing Kenner throwback T1000. Now I don't actually have any Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines figures. Of course the T800 made his appearance in there. McFarlane made some in their old Movie Maniacs line, and I really wouldn't mind getting a Terminatrix just to have the villain from that film. But those figures are old and dated, and frankly kind of expensive as well. I also don't have any Terminator Salvation figures. I did look it up, and there is actually a 6-inch line for them. I think it's from Playmates. It was a mass retail line, but they look just absolutely awful. They do make the T700 with the rubber skin, at least I believe that's what he was, and I wouldn't mind adding him to the collection, but they're too short with the NECA figures, and they just look awful compared to them. And here they are, next to the Terminator Genesis figures. Of course, we've got that T800 again. And then at the right-hand side, we've got Arnold in the T800. Older version of Arnold as a T800. And then we've got the T1000. Say what you want about the movie, but these figures are excellent. And finally, here they are next to the Terminator Dark Fate figures. The T800 made his appearance in that film as well. And on the right-hand side, we've got Arnold as an older T800 yet again. And we've got Linda Hamilton reprising her role as an older Sarah Connor. And just like before, say what you want about Dark Fate, but these two figures are excellent. Next, let's check them out compared with some other action figures from different various companies to see how they fit in both scale and style-wise, in case you would know which lines you can mix them with. Here they are with some of their NECA brothers and sisters. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines, all from NECA, all 7-inch scale. And here they are with some DST or Diamond Select toys. Then with some McFarlane toys. And here they are with some DC Direct and DC Collectibles figures. Then with some Mattel wrestling figures. And here they are, next to some Mezco 1/12 cloth soft goods action figures. Then, next to some Mattel, DC Universe Classics, and Multiverse figures. And here, next to some Mafex figures. Then, with some Hasbro Marvel Legends. And finally, here they are with some SH Figure Arts action figures. So overall, these two figures are fantastic. Their accessories are great, their paint job is almost perfect, I don't see anything to complain about there. Their articulation is pretty nice as well. I'd be a little bit more excited for these two figures if I didn't have the original releases. If you've missed either one of those, you've got to track this pack down. Those original figures are crazy expensive on the secondary market. This set was a little bit over $50, and I'd say it's a pretty good value for two Ultimate figures. One thing I want to complain about, either version of John Connor, whether you have the San Diego Comic-Con or the Target 2-pack, there's something wrong with him. Either you're missing the bike, or we've got the wrong colored jacket. A little disappointing there, NECA. So if you missed either one of these figures, you've got to track this pack down. And if you're a Terminator 2 collector, your collection is not complete unless you have the T-800, the T-1000, John Connor, and Sarah Connor. Those four are must-haves. Either one of these figures is easily worth a solid 8 out of 10. They are some great figures. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add it in the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.